So the Sven was picked up by Wind and Rain. I feel like this is a comfort pick for them. They really enjoy playing with this Sven. This has a lot of damage. You know, he's a cool hero because he can obviously Abaddon's ultimate triggers at 400. Is it 400 or 450 HP?
400, I would say.
400. So, you know, the Sven can usually damage through that late game, but yeah, I mean, that's a very small part of it. Sven just a great carry right now. Having that inbuilt cleave is really effective at just clearing through jungles, farming faster than everybody else, and generally being a force on the map, and stops them being able to pick up a profit.
There you go.
But we called it. Easy.
Nice.
There it is. Omni Sven, the El Clasico combo. Not really an El Clasico combo, actually, but it is very good. The repel from Omni, now Heavenly Grace. Wait, is it Heavenly Grace or is that?
Heavenly Grace.
Yeah, what's the Chen one called? New spell from Divine.
It is Divine Favor.
Divine Favor, that's the one, right? Yeah. Anyway, Heavenly Grace picked up from the Omni Knight, which gives you extra strength as well, which Sven he a lot. But the TA once again coming out from NIP, they feel like, well, once again, you know, we can just pick this hero. It's fine, and they do.
This is an amazing TA game. Literally every hero only has 1 damage instant spells, so that is going to be a problem for sure. I like the Omi here. You're going to be able to lane versus the Batrider, no problem with the Heavenly Grace. It will enhance the Sven, as you said. But it's really about the lanes again, because the Omni Knight needs to have a good lane so that he can actually have the levels. The Sven needs to have a good lane so he can start accelerating early. I guess they are in a better spot, slightly better spot, because you know Bane laning versus sinking doesn't look that great. But let's see if they can get a better mid matchup this time. It doesn't look like there's this pick that NIP can go for Ace that really like just wins them the game, kind of like the Faceless Void did in the first one.
Yeah.
So at least that looks better for Wind and Rain.
One thing which is good about Wind and Rain's draft, I like as well, is that you can build the drums on the Sven and you can build the Vlads on the Omni Knight. And these 2 early fighting items, you know, give you a lot of stats and give your team a lot of bonuses as well, which will allow them to hopefully be able to withstand the early aggression from NIP, which they weren't able to do last game because they didn't really have those items. You know, they had Weaver and they had OD. Neither of those wants to be building drums. Neither of those wants to build Vlads. They don't benefit from the Vlads either. So I think just generally, like, if you're planning on fighting earlier, if you know the enemy's going to be fighting earlier, and you have the ability to, then picking melee cores just that you can benefit more from that Vlads and just buff up your team really early is really, really smart. So hopefully this was a conscious decision by Wind and Rain to do that.
Yeah. For Wind and Rain now, I am trying to if they're going for a strength hero that will benefit from Omni Knight, kind of like DK, not necessarily a great laner versus TA, but he can lane versus TA, would benefit a lot from this. But or they could, you know, take a page out of what was the team? Aaron, right? They picked the Venomancer versus TA.
Yes, yeah, Aachen. That was pretty effective. Let's see if it's
not necessarily.
They didn't really win the lane though.
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
Oh, OG ban.
Team pick.
I would say the Viper.
Ooh,
I think Viper's really good here, actually. It's really good versus TA and Monkey King. The magic resistance is alright versus the Sand King as well, and the Batrider. I think it's a good Viper game.
Yeah, Viper's okay. You do lose the lane pretty hard for TA, though, because she out-damages you a lot. So, like, you don't get a lot of last hits, and TA gets a lot of denies. It is a great Viper game, although. So I wonder... They actually have a lot of reserve time. They can take their time here.
Oh, they're not going to. Alright, Death Prophet.
Yeah, kind of similar to DK. I'm actually curious as to why they would pick DK instead, the DP instead of DK, but it's pretty much the same thing. Just a hero that you group around and push.
I think they wanted a way to rip through the refraction. If they lock down this TA, they really want to be able to kill her. And DK doesn't do that unless he's got the poison form up, and even then it's very slow. Spirit Siphon, very quick. That's going to rip through those charges in about 2 seconds. So that is
and the Ghost as well. Yeah, you're right. This is a decent DP game. It's an okay lane for DP. I still think that TA will out-harass you, out-damage you, but you do have the Creep Swarm to get some range creeps at least. All right, I'm feeling more confident for Wind and Rain. I still think that, you know, NIP the favorite, but I just love Omni Knight at the moment, and I want to see it work.
Yep, and I'm really hoping that they've said, Andre, you are not allowed to build a Midas this game. If you build a Midas, you are out of the team. Someone needs to have had that chat with him beforehand.
If someone goes Midas on DP, they shouldn't be playing professional Dota. I agree.
Savagery, but yeah. Cute flexing that Rubik cosmetic as well, ready to roll with the Arcana and the Mantle as well. Very nice, very nice. All right.
I really like the Sven side as well. I think it is the best Sven side that exists.
Big shout.
I really like the TI7 ones. The TI7, the Luna from TI7 is also amazing.
I like the Monkey King as well with the shards. Someone's been saving up those Battle Pass shards ready to roll.
That's true. That Abaddon is actually pretty dope as well.
Yeah,
it's
I like
an antler.
The stag, yeah. Big stag man myself, actually. I love stags. They're just a cool animal. Elk, more than stags. Anyway, enough animal talk, enough set talk. We've got some Dota to be played, some real Dota between these two teams. There's a best of 2 between Ninjas in Pyjamas and Wind and Rain. Wind and Rain trying to squeak out a win here and find themselves a position possibly in these playoffs. It's a long shot for them. Even now, if they lose this game, though, there is absolutely zero chance of them ever making it through to the minor. This is their last shot. Meanwhile, NIP, they just want to get themselves a good footing. They just want to get themselves off on the right foot and set themselves up for a nice clean run through this minor. Their only real competitor, I think most people would say, are probably Alliance.
Yeah. And again, they go for the same play. They smoke level 1. Wind and Rain
smoking right into each other, though. Fata throws down this Observer Ward and sees 1 or 2 heroes here. They probably won't see the smoked group coming up onto the high ground, though. So, 2 of them get popped and they are pinged out.
King. He breaks the smoke, nice.
Alright, all smokes broken, nobody broken from NIP. Definitely a win for them, and it looks like they will be able to defuse this gank quite nicely. So the smoke wasted doesn't really achieve much other than this nice ward here. This is a really good ward though, I like this one. We see it every now and again. It's because if you put the sentry ward down in the river, then it doesn't get into the range. This ward will be absolutely undetected, so that's really nice.
Still reveals the rune, pretty good. All right, so Boogie Omni Knight. You know, I've seen a lot of different ways of playing Omni Knight. Some people just max Purification sometimes. Some people max Heavenly Grace. He does have this Sven in his team, and I am curious to see. I guess when you're against the Batrider, you do need at least 1 point in Heavenly Grace just to dispel the Napalm stacks. But I want to see if he's going to max it to just enhance the Sven as much as possible.
Yeah, we'll see that. Meanwhile, the Monkey King jumping around inside that form. He's going to go into El Sash here. El Sash has actually started off with a Brain Sap as well, so it should be able to get himself his Jingo off and continue to throw in some damage. Doesn't do a huge amount level 1 Jingo. I mean, it's, what is it like? It doesn't even say in the buff, but 60 bonus damage, 15% life steal. Nothing crazy, but still enough to do a lot of damage to that Bane and force him out for the time being. They consider stunning up the the Monkey King there, but decide against it apparently.
Yeah, they actually rotated both heroes. Yamnai was top, TP is bottom, and now he's actually walking top. So they really want to get these lanes right, but this means this Omni Knight's gonna be pretty sad for Boogie.
Boogie going on a long journey. Yeah, it's not even like he can throw in a stun or anything at mid either. He probably can't do anything to Fada, so he's just going to have to walk past, say hello, wave hi. He can probably heal him. Go on, throw a heal, throw a heal, throw it.
Ace is doing the same thing though, so no, just these musical lanes, as people say. Oh, yep. Look at that wave that he's going to lose. Yikes. Or maybe not. Maybe he might get the ring.
Laughing though.
Okay, he's going to get the ring.
Alright. That's not so bad, but meanwhile they actually get a kill in the middle lane. Ace comes in with rotation. Level 1 carry rotation into the mid. Who would have seen it coming? We certainly did it. We completely missed the whole damn thing. Andre, he's going to get dropped in a most unexpected way.
Yeah, you don't expect... okay. It happens.
Alright, this game's off to a start. Meanwhile, Boogie taking some damage from PPD here. You just put this coil and the Aphotic Shield ready to pump out those heals onto Ace in this lane. Can also purge off the Fate Bolt if you want to, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's a rough lane. Not only it's Monkey King versus a melee hero, you still have the Abaddon to stay on top of it. You're not killing Ace.
Bottom lane, they're pinging out. 33, he's under a sentry. Do they have enough damage? Little Sash's here. He's going to have the Brain Sap in 2 seconds. And they get the D-Ward, but they just place down another one, and that will secure the kill. The Burrow Strike away from 33 was not enough. See, 240 sentry wards. Oh, well, it's just about worth it.
Alright.
Getting the Sand King out of lane, definitely worth it. And the XP difference, of course. No amount of money can afford any XP, except times.
Nice pull there by Kane. gonna be able to deny some creeps there. All right, so top lane is gonna be rough, but I think bottom is doable. And you know, besides that death middle, we expect this to be somewhat an even lane between Pada and EP. So okay, not that even actually.
Yeah,
it's crushing.
Andre's been struggling a bit. These Crypt Swarms, a little bit off the mark, I would say. As Fada's having a great time just spamming out these Refraction, getting out plenty of mangoes, more Refractions, easy life, Sideblades harass as well. Very tricky. Meanwhile, PPD just pumping out these Miscoils. You know the Abaddon life. This is another hero I'd like to see change.
You don't like Abaddon right now?
No. Any hero whose goal it is to suicide is just innately a bit silly to me.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Suicide, and he's gonna be ready to do it again. Yeah, maybe you just take the ability of suicide. That might nerf the Abaddon a lot.
I like the fact that he can deny himself, though. I think that's a really nice part. But the fact that he can just kind of stick in lane, constantly spam out these Miscoils. Like maybe if they made it so that Miscoil, I don't know, Miscoil costs more mana but healed for more, but then people would just use it anyway. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that wouldn't work. They definitely buffed the damage and the heal. I think they buffed the spell twice before Abaddon became like popular again.
Yeah, and it's just this way of just coming into lane and constantly beefing up your carry, healing him up, basically being like a super tango, and then you die.
Super tango. I think what they could do is just reduce the intelligence of Abaddon because it's really annoying.
Andre getting run down by the back rider in the middle lane. Saxa with the rotation pretty much does it alone. TA wasn't even coming for that. He's just like, yep, Saxa, you've got this. We'll keep hitting creeps.
And Saxa is level 4. That's insane. He is literally level 4 right now. Bane trying to chase him down. I don't think he's gonna get this.
No, he doesn't have enough. He's got the brain sap. He did have enough mana for Nightmare, but then he would have had the mana for the brain sap, so chose to go for that instead. He's still chasing. Saxa's got a bottle though. He's just gonna keep bottling himself right in front of him. The attack speed is so slow. Then the 33 coming in. There's a bounty rune, and now the damage coming through onto El Sash. 6 stacks of fire. He pops. El Sash goes down. Ooh. This is really sloppy from Wind and Rain so far.
Yeah.
Death Prophet's been ganked twice, died twice. Death in the bottom lane, and only a suicide from PPD is in Wind and Rain's pocket right now.
It just shouldn't happen. And the problem is this DP really needs at least an even lane. Right now, that's not really happening here. Valve denies on Pada, already has the traps.
Big one from Mikey. They're going for that one. Fadebot will take it off. They've got a lot of damage. Was it enough though? The Fadebot comes in, try to keep him alive with the Miscoils, but Ace will be able to back himself away. There's a shield out onto Ace, and they try and turn this one around. The burners coming in. Lasash, he just died like this. Is he really going to go down this way again? Nope. There comes a repel from Boogie to help save the day. Sorry, Heavenly Grace, I should say.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't. It doesn't flow off the tongue. No. Yeah.
All right, what about this fan? He is their win condition, I want to say. And he is actually having a pretty good lane here. 38 and 4. Going for that Echo Saber. But for now, only 1 point in the Heavenly Grace. So this early start is pretty hard, and I wonder, you know, the fact that this DP is so low in terms of network levels, if this is going to hinder their ability to group up and start getting towers. Because even get Exorcism level 6. So it looks like that's not your plan right now.
No, just wants to try and keep control of this lane, get himself some money. Doesn't really want to be rotating for towers when all we've got is 2 null talismans and 360 gold. It's not possible. So you got to just wait around for a bit. Not an ideal situation. Meanwhile, they going for a bit of aggression onto Boogie here, but it's Saxa who's the one who's waiting up on this high ground right now. They're trying to unleash the damage, but they don't really have enough. Now Ace comes in from behind. He's already got the Jinga coming through, so he does a ton of damage to that Boundless Strike. They're trying to keep Cube alive, but he's just going to fall as it's Lasash. Boogie needs to get away. He's hiding under the tower, but the tower isn't going to offer you any protection here as PPD's just buffing his 2 teammates up as they run Boogie down. Boogie into the trees. He's trying to rotate himself around, but they've got so much vision. The Firefly runs out, and Ace just takes to the trees, and they'll just see him everywhere he goes. They'll be watching you. Boogie falls, and this tower might be sacrificed. They've got this siege creep ready to roll, so there's just so much they have to try and take the siege now.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Omni Knight used Heavenly Grace on the Rubik,
Oh.
and he didn't have it for.
Andre? Zerfroth gets a kill in the mid lane, solo, all by himself.
Without
Just runs him
exorcism.
down. Yeah, what a
He's under
god. Okay.
Okay, that happens sometimes. Then they will claim that tower you mentioned. They can tank it pretty easily. Deny? No, the Rubik's not gonna go for it.
Gonna come for that. It's one of those low risk, sorry, very high risk, very low reward situations.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
33 though. Looking at Boogie here, might be considering that epicenter.
It doesn't have the veil just yet, so I would be surprised if you go. Oh, well, I love being wrong. Here we go. And going in with the Burrow Striker. Nate is coming to join in the party as well. Boogie going to heal himself up. Heavenly Grace comes out, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Boogie. Boogie. 33 has been playing this Sand the exact same way as before. Just waiting in the trees, counting down that timer. Epicenter, Burrow Strike, +1 equals kill. That's simple maths right there.
Yeah, and you know, this time they even took their carry out of that lane because, you know, obviously the Sven jungle, but they know that someone needs to take care of that, but you don't want it to be your carry.
Go face tank the Epicenter. Keeps like, okay.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom tower
that's been still
is
pretty
under
big though.
attack.
71 CS.
Yeah, he's top of the net worth chart, I think. Oh, he's not actually. Monkey King is top of the net worth chart. Okay, just after that kill then, pushing him ahead. A lot of blood been on this monkey's hands right now. 3, 0, and 2. So it's 5
That
kills he's
first blood,
participated in already. Meanwhile, up
Radiant's
top,
bottom
First blood really
they're
helped.
going. They've got the Exorcism there looking for
tower is
Saxter.
under attack.
Gonna be a tricky find through the trees though. The Ghost right now focused on the creeps. They're pigging him out. Cubes here on the other end as well. Has a lift, throwing him back into the clutches of Andre. The Firefly runs out and Sax is just being eaten alive by these Ghosts. The Burrow Strike comes through from 33. He's got the Sandstorm as well, just to keep himself nice and safe. But the Spirit Siphon from Andre going to allow him to heal up through the Sandstorm's damage. And they're actually going to get another kill here. These Ghosts going to town. Ace, are you sure about this one, buddy? He needs to back himself away. PPD's here, but just trying to throw out a couple of missed calls and keep himself alive. But the Ghosts are chasing. Ace needs to get himself away, but he can't jump to the trees because of the damage from the Ghost, and the Crypt Swarm will find him. Ace goes down as well. They just run themselves into the Exorcism. NIP. I don't know about that one.
That is crazy, right? Because I saw them chasing the Bat-Treader and I was like, okay, this is not going to go well. But he ended up G-baiting NIP into this fight. And when you have that Omni Knight alongside the DP, it's just so hard to bring her down. You're just going to be taken out.
I mean, they saved the tower at least. They threw enough bodies to kind of meat shield this tower, so the Exorcism not used for any objective taking purposes, but still, they'll be more than happy with 3 kills.
Yeah, like not only 3 kills, but you killed the Monkey King. He was the highest net worth hero. Now this fan surpasses him by quite a bit. And the Echo Saber is pretty much done. Needs 30 gold for it.
Yeah, so didn't go down the drums road like I thought he would. And Omni Knight also not going for the Vlad, so my prediction just goes completely out the window. I look very silly now. Thanks, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Vlad's eventually, but I'm actually this pipe. I guess Bet-Trader plus Sand King, but I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this pipe. Overall, what the Omni Knight wants is level 10. You're gonna get that GPM talent, and you're gonna be good to go. But you know, he's only level 6. It'll be an uphill battle for him.
Meanwhile, Fardet, he's got the big stacks, and he's going to start farming them right now. He's got 1 Mithril Hammer available. The one will be there soon.
Veil ready for the Sand King, and looks like the Bet-Trader is going for the drums we talked about. No travels this time. Monkey King also very echo. The game is pretty quiet for now. They did buy a smoke on the Bane, and they have King's Grip, so I think they're gonna go for a play. Yeah, there you go. A smoke. Oh, will they?
They're holding off.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Making it
he's
look
going to show
pretty
himself
good
a
right
mid. We just want this tower. We don't need smoke.
All right, let's see.
Exorcism is available.
That's true.
The Fortify
but
is
yeah.
not. Yeah, a lot of heroes TP in for this one.
Okay. I like that they hold the Exorcism. They actually force a TP and a lot of movement for pretty much nothing.
So we can just go to another
Okay.
lane right now. Meanwhile, Ace is seeing if anybody's coming to defend top, but that is not the case, so he's just going to eat himself up some creeps. Boogie's now making his way over, but Ace will be probably scared off by this.
Alright, so they are going for that Atos build on the Rubik, starting to become pretty popular. But do you really want the Atos here? You're against an Abaddon. It's so easy for them to dispel you.
Oh. strength pot by Sven. You guys take these ancients. Meanwhile, Boogie, I think he's picking out that the Monkey King is here. Meanwhile, the entirety of Wind and Rain walking past. I don't think the monkey can see that far. Maybe now that he's down from the tree.
They have a lane ward, so the Monkey King is...
Oh, they see him now. Monkey King trying to jump himself away. Primal Spring being used. Tree Dance as well, getting himself all the way down to this jungle. Going as far away as he can. They see him with the ward. Now he jumps out of range. He's on the very last tree. Nowhere else to jump to, Monkey. He's just trying to not be super obvious in the one he's at now. And they don't see him. Somehow he makes it out of there. Now they'll see him again.
If you lift the Monkey King out of the tree, does he count as...
All right, Primal Spring, we've got a fight on our hands. He's jumping down, he's on the floor. They've got the lift to cancel the TP. Ace is going to be killed here. Finally, they will catch that pesky monkey. They got down at bottom, a bit of a slide push coming in from 33, but that was a big pick off for Wind and Rain.
I'm not even sure it's worth it. In NIP, they're devoting so many resources to defend this tower. Even kill their Monkey King so that he can cut the wave twice there.
He's enjoying that high octane Sand King gameplay as he sits in the trees with Sandstorm on farming creep waves. But now they'll start getting some damage on this tower. Fada just using the last that double damage rune to squeeze out every inch of it. Meanwhile, up at top, PPD has come up here. Doesn't have level 6. He's going to drop the level now. Just buying some time, really. So that's all he wants to do. And finally, we'll get finished off, but bottom tier 2 tower taking a huge beating here. The Prophet actually cancels the TP as well. She says, well, what if there's a Sand King? I need to keep myself away, and maybe we can get some damage on this own tower. But this Desolator on TA is absolutely going to rip through this Radiant building. So that's a tier 2 gone. And they're trying to trade for a tier 1 right now. I'm not a mathematician, but that doesn't seem worth it.
And they don't have the TP top, so the Death Prophet top. This is so slow. Yeah, it doesn't look very good for Wind and Rain here. They're not playing aggressive after that triple kill. Feels like they just got too soft.
Yep, once again, I feel like NIP kind of just playing the map better. They've got the Enfeeble out, which is kind of annoying for the Monkey King to play with.
Oh, stolen tree nuts.
To the trees.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the map better. They have a medallion for... They have drums. I'm pretty sure they can rush. It's not as fast as last game, but it's going to be okay for Fada.
Being jumped on by Cube. He's trying to find him here. The Rubik with the tree dance looking forward here, but 33. He's also here as well. Lift comes down, throwing them both back into the Death Prophet. She gets a double silence of ultimate being used onto the Sand King. That is going to be 33, taking out Saxter, making his way through the trees. He's got to TP himself away. We'll be able to get out of that one okay, but another win for Wind and Rain. Where is Fata? I've got to ask. He's just looking for this blink dagger. He's just farming up until he gets this blink, and then he'll get involved. But you know, Wind and Rain are taking all the fights right now. NIP still with the goal advantage, but momentum definitely in Wind and Rain's favor right now. But the Boundless Strike onto 3 heroes, followed up the tree dance, but there's the ultimate coming through from Boogie. However, Anjo is in the air. He's not actually affected by it. Now the Wukongs come out. They're going to find this kill. Now Boogie getting run down as well. NIP looking for 2, and they will find 2. Down goes the Death Prophet, and Boogie is dead as well. A massacre in the mid. NIP back on form. They're just joking around with us, you know, and this should be a blink dagger pretty shortly now from the TA.
Yeah, they're gonna... It looks like they want to Roche. They can tank it with the bad Monkey King. Ooh, this is not good. Exorcism down for a long time, and they also have the Bat Trader to defend the pit. They do know, because they scanned. Let's pick kind of They already have a ward there. And the traps.
First strike through, Cube looking to try and interrupt this one, but he's in the middle of everything right now, and he's just going to get annihilated by Fata. Doesn't take him too long to finish off that guy. Now Faye comes in, he's got the God Strength, got an ultimate from PPD. Meanwhile, 33 in with the damage, double Burrow Strike coming down. Fata lines him up and starts knocking him down. Elisash already gone, Boogie falling as well. 33 will be the first death. Faye has to get himself away. He's got so much strength with that Heavenly Grace, but now Andre just sitting on the front lines right now. He's trying to use his Spirit Siphon to keep himself alive, but there's too much damage coming out from NIP. They've got all the right clicks in the world. Faye tries to come in with his time, but gets interrupted by the Boundless Strike. Another sun finally comes out onto the Monkey King, but it's too late. Faye, he's gonna die. NIP, they take 4 heroes and now look towards Roshan. They took 5 as well. Rubik's just been dead for so long he's respawned. Oh dear.
That was so odd. The Sven, he procced the shrine, he started attacking the large camp creeps, and then he died because I guess he was waiting to stun and try and save the DP. I don't know. That was a very odd fight. I don't think they were in any position to contest the Roshan, and because of the Rubik dying early on, they just got dragged into a fight they were not supposed to be.
Yeah, the Rubik just trying to force that one out a little bit too hard. We've all been there, you know, they're doing Roshan, guys. Let's go and interrupt. Let's go and catch them off guard, and they're just like, oh, hey, you're here. Cool, we'll kill you as well as Roshan. Neat.
They just don't have the heroes for it. You know, if you have like a Kotto, a Batrider, you can definitely try and fight the Roshan, but stop it. Just try to buy time. They like all of their heroes are terrible at fighting Roshan, so pretty rough. That's Vando, still pretty big, but being chased down.
Yeah, he throws down the war cry, but Fada's right on top of him. They're even going to use the lasso as well. They really want to finish off fair, and they certainly will. Saxa takes the life for his lasso. And PPD just scouting up onto the high ground here. He's not bothered. He knows where the vision is. There's that sentry coming down, but immediately taken out by Andre. The life of a melee support.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that just a little bit of greed coming from Wind and Rain. Like, you have this Omni Knight hero, right? He's gonna give you 28 strength. If you check Sanjin Yasha here, it gives you 16 strength. That's literally the goal for a BKB. And they could be ready to fight. You know, if that was a BKB in the Roshan fight with the Heavenly Grace, I'm pretty sure the Sven could be able to fight. But he goes for the Sanjin Yasha on top of having the Omni. And I think this is really reducing their power spike in the mid game.
Agreed. And when you go for the Sanjin Yasha in front of that BKB, I really feel like it's an awkward situation to be. They've got themselves a Death Prophet. She was trying to get some cheeky split push shenanigans going on here, but the only shenanigans she gets is a prank on her. She's dead. But back to my initial point about the Sven. You know, one of the big things about Sanjin Yasha right now is his 16% status resistance, which is really nice in a lot of situations, especially when you can follow up with a Satanic a little bit later on. But when you go for the BKB next, I always feel like Sanjin Yasha into BKB is just not really worth it anymore, because you just take away so much effectiveness of the Sanjin Yasha.
Yeah, I agree. And you already have status resistance coming from the Omni Knight anyways, right? Like, when you have 50% status resistance, you really need that extra 16. It doesn't even scale, like, additively. Well, let's see. It might pay out. If they can farm that BKB, it could work. But I feel like we're in a pretty similar scenario from that other one, where they were trying to farm a side of Ice, while, you know, NIP's pushing your barracks.
Yeah. We've been here before.
Definitely. And that Prophet has to be careful. There's a little monkey setting up there.
One little monkey sitting in the tree. Boundless Strike comes down, and that is going to be DP. Almost dead with the Sven. He comes in with a big stun and a lot of damage. Two picked off straight away, and Aegis and a hero. And they look towards the Monkey King, throwing him up into the air, but they've got more than enough damage to tear through his defenses. Thunder and Rain turning up to this fight, turning up the heat, and Fada's going to drop. And it's going to be 3 heroes dead on NIP. And the Aegis popped, and Wind and Rain, where has this been? This team fight was absolutely absurd.
All right, so we cursed NIP, just blaming this Sven. He just shows up, prove us all wrong. Yeah. Nice.
Sanjin Yasha, I mean, can we talk about what a good position this was, the Sanjin Yasha for the Sven? I mean, I never doubted it for a second. Great item, especially as a setup for the AC. Didn't go for the BKB. See, now I like it. Yes. Now I like it.
It's not great. It's actually perfect. It's even better that he's not going BKB anymore. And now he has the assault, because I think BKB, it's a bad item. And it will obviously not work as well as the AC. But they're still defending this mid tier 1, dude. NIP, they're holding onto their towers for dear life.
And that's the thing, though. Like, the push is not very good from Wind and Rain. They've got this Exism. They use the Exism for the fight. Now they have absolutely no push. So, yeah, NIP aren't really losing much for this. And, you know, let's do some maths, right? If you're fighting on, you know, for example, over here, and you take, say, 3 fights here. And
wait, where are you? I'm not seeing you.
I'm down over by the bomb tower. You lose one of these fights. Sorry, you lose 2 of these fights, and you win one of them. The 2 fights with the Exism, what do you get if you're the Radiant? You have to walk all the way over here. By the time the Exism's gone, you might take a tier 1. If you win one of these fights with your TA with the Desolator, you're going to take this tower. You're probably going to threaten high ground as well. So Wind and Rain need to find a way to take the fight to NIP. They need to get over the river and to the other side, to greener pastures, to fight on the dire side of the map. Otherwise, they are never going to be fighting. This is the problem with Death Prophet. The Exism, it doesn't last that long. what's
And
it,
it's the same
35
thing for
seconds?
God
Yeah,
Strength as
35
well,
seconds.
right? You're super strong once you have
Yeah.
your ult, but you're like a wet noodle when you don't have it. I guess that's why he's going for AC. He will increase their sieging a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely true. And that TA about to get BKB, so Stormhammer not going to be as effective versus Fada.
I love this blink yours on Death Prophet as well. When you don't have any catch, you just go blink yours Death Prophet, easy peasy, into the silence, no problems.
Yeah, it's amazing this game. I'm going to be able to
Look at
prevent the
NIP.
last
Look at NIP. They're going for the Bane here, and this is the thing. Like, even if they just force TPs, even if they just get the Bane kind of, you know, even if they don't kill him, it's fine. Like, you're just forcing heroes down here. You're delaying the push. You're slowing things down. Yep, now the Death Prophet has to come down as well. They see them. They've dewarded them. They go, NIP's in our jungle. We need to go and kill them. We know we can win the fights. And they're TPing themselves away from top. And actually, Andre got his BP. Oh, he got his TP cancelled. He's in some trouble right now. Does get the blink, though, with his own Yules. But there's heroes waiting for him in the river. Fata, he was having a swim. And he's going to catch himself a fish whilst he's at it.
That's rough. They were smoking towards him, but he ends up dying. This is rough. Now the smoke's kind of wasted.
Yeah, 36 seconds. Does have buyback on the Death Prophet.
Let's see if they're gonna force it. They're so close to the BKB. Oh, there you go. BKB is ready, but not ready enough for them to go high ground.
Hurry up, little
Still in
courier. Go, go, go.
All right, so Sven, level 18, going for that AC. I don't know. I still think that BKB would be amazing here. He is trying to become this beast that he will be with the Havoline Grace, but you know, if he gets controlled, you know, you have Burrow Strike, you have the Boundless. There's a lot of stuns that he has to care about.
Yeah, the other thing about the AC as well, though, is that it also decreases their armor, which helps out the ghosts massively, because those are physical damage, which also is another factor. But they get the lasso off onto the Omni Knight. Can they finish him off in time? This is the one target who can't be lassoed right now, but he's actually surviving a little bit of time here. He's got the Guardian Angel, gonna throw it out. Heals as well. Heavenly Grace comes down onto himself. He's used everything on himself, so they can just go onto the backlines, finish off Coop and Nella Sash. Boogie's probably going to be falling here as well. The Mist Coil will find it. Andre sitting on the front lines with his exorcism ticking through, but Fada with the damage. Fada with the damage. The Yules comes out to buy him a bit more time. Faye actually getting on top of the Fada. They get the buyback onto the Bane. They nearly bring down Fada, but Fada able to get himself away as the cancel comes in, holding himself to the backlines. 33 playing absolutely crazily in this fight, hoping to kill off the well, not kill the Elder Slash, but just cancel off that Fiend's Grip's absolutely key there. Andre did a lot with the exorcism, but not enough to actually secure them any kills. NIP going to be more than happy with how that went down. They get 2 buybacks. They win the fight. They put exorcism on cooldown. They put God's Strength on cooldown. This is really good for them. And Andre, this is not a place for you. This is no place for you. 33 finishes off with a right click, and that is just sloppy.
All right, that was interesting, and now they're gonna be forced out.
Yeah, Lasash just giving his life for the cause, trying to drag them away here, but Rubik goes in for the greedy steal. He wanted the tree dance, but he's gonna pay for his life, and Fada gets a double.
All right, so like in that fight, the Sven, he was, since the Omni was forced to Heavenly Grace himself, the Sven was just ulted and watching the DP get killed. Like, he's going for this super greedy build and he cannot fight. And I think that's costing Wind and Rain a lot. I really would like to, you know, be able to access a different reality and just watch the game if this Sven goes BKB, because like, yeah, it's going to increase your DPS a little bit more, but if you cannot attack, then what's the point, you know? I think that, you know, also problematic that the Omni Knight got initiated there. Usually you don't expect that to happen, but... Yeah,
this Omni needs to play so carefully. He is such an important factor in this game. If he can stay back and use his spells on other heroes, the fights become a lot easier. If he can't, then you're in a sad place. Meanwhile, Sand King finishes off his Heaven's Halberd for himself. This is really scary for the Sven.
Yeah. Evasion plus that disarm. And, you know, he doesn't have BKB, so it's even better because he cannot BKB and engage later. I guess he does have the status resistance, though, from the Sanjanyasha and the Omni Knight Dispel.
Yeah, it stacks up quite nicely. Let's see if it's enough.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoked up, running forwards.
Okay.
PPD, it's not a great target, no. He's happy to sit in this middle lane. They put down the ward. Is it inside the Sentry Age? It's not quite inside the Sentry Age. They still don't know they're here.
Roshan is up, by the way. Oh, the Sand King is in that like the perfect position to break the smoke. There you go.
Yep. Putting himself away now, Sun King knowing he's in a bit of danger. Also an illusion on the Bat Rider. Oh, okay, it's a fake, guys. It's. Alright, I realize.
So yeah, the Sven just going for the maximum status resistance build here, going satanic after the AC.
Nice.
It
I mean, how much
just,
is it going to be with the Heavenly Grace? Because Heavenly Grace is quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah, it's 50% status.
Yeah. You get 50, and I think Sanjin Yasha plus Satanic is like 40, but it doesn't stack the same, so it's maybe 80% status resistance, almost Ursa.
Jesus.
With talent. So that's pretty good if you can finish the item for now. It's still a pretty big uphill climb, and everyone knows that they are top here, so they're gonna be scouted.
Traps are down farther.
They know they are here.
Yeah, Faye is literally right under this ward.
They don't have any sentries. Oh, this is not looking good.
Faye's down to the low ground. They get the lasso off onto the Omni Knight. Once again, there's a one target. Can't be on. They're trying to bring him down as quickly as possible. He doesn't manage to get off the ultimate before he goes down, but he's taking so much damage. Meanwhile, the backlands, Elensash is dead. Pada just with the BKB wreaking havoc on the supports, takes down them both. Boogie also finished off as well. The fight is over. NIP once again finding the initiation they want, finding the initiation they need. But it just looks easy once they get it. Once that Omni Knight is gone, it's not really a fight anymore. And Andre is also being left behind here as the damage from NIP is far too much for this DP to stand. Into the Roche Pit they go, taking on the big scaly boy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to harp on it too much, you know. Every team decides how they like to play, but I just, you know, the fact that there's no Blink Dagger on this man, or I guess they do have a Blink Dagger on DP, so they can technically Blink react to the Omni Knight being lassoed, but it never happened. And it's just winning them the game. This Omni Knight really enables the Sven, but when you cannot do it, they just press R and they have to disengage, which is insanely costly for winning ring.
Bolt's being thrown. Rubik steals the tree dance once again.
Alright.
NIP seeming to show a little bit of hesitation here, which I'm a bit surprised about, I'll be real.
Yeah, me too. But I guess they're waiting for Epi. They also have a Daedalus on TA. Jesus. So much damage. Oh my god. Goodbye, DP.
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
They get a lasso, they get a TA, and that is your Death Prophet gone. 2 hits on your core hero. It's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, and the DP is going BKB, but you know, maybe an Aetherlands or a Ghost. I'm sorry, Aeon Disc or a Ghost Scepter would have been better.
Aeon could do something for her, but right now she's not really. I mean, in the fight she seems to be staying alive almost a lot, but that's only because they're going on the Omni Knight every single time, just focusing him down. Just, the fights are so quick that the X system isn't really getting its full value out of it. They're able to fight into it quite comfortably on the side of NIP, though. They're not backing off from these ghosts or anything.
That's true.
I think the Wukong's is really effective as the Death Prophet as well. Just that extra armor on the Monkey King just means he really doesn't care. And TA's got Refraction, you know, she's got a BKB Refraction. She's pretty tanky in herself. They're trying to drop some damage onto Faye here. Faye is fine. What's that? 58% save resistance without a Satanic. That's pretty good, but he's actually queued up a BKB now.
Alright.
I mean,
it might be too late.
Oh no, they catch the Rubik on the tree. Oh, okay.
What? Okay, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. They just disengage a little bit too early there.
Oh, they glit the catapults. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to get that extra damage coming through. Stun out onto the TA. I think
Alright, so if the Sven sells his Quellen and Magic one, he has like 400 gold. He actually has BKB if he sells his items.
Stun out, blinked away. Fata, absolutely chill right now. They jump in, but they don't go for the lasso. He's actually silenced up. I'm not sure he would have gone for it anyway. It's a pretty... But that's got strength.
Yeah, I don't know why he used it. He has BKB. Huh. Alright, I guess maybe he's saving for buyback, but you know, his buyback doesn't really mean much if God Strength is on cooldown. But they do hold.
Bait. Running away. Does make it up to the high ground.
Aghanim Scepter. I think the Bet Trader is like, the Omni Knight's going to be pretty close to this Sven to use Heavenly Grace when I lasso. So if I have Aghanims, I'm going to lasso him as well. And there's not going to be any Heavenly Grace shenanigans. BKB's up.
It's a bold move, but I'm ready for it. See if you can get anybody inside of it. They take the front lines, much less scary now without that God's Strength. He unleashed onto the TF, but doesn't even get through a fraction. Now takes a stun in response. Stage resistance going to help Faye a lot, though. Doesn't really stun for very long, but this time they get the Exorcism. NIP, they might be able to disengage once again. They've maybe got the Monkey King here, but he pops a BKB, able to just hold himself back and run himself away. Even thinking of using the Wukongs here. Now Andre, he's got to get himself out. This Exorcism is not useful.
Yeah, at least this time they use it at different times. God Strength. They're gonna have God Strength when the Exorcism ends. They might still be able to defend.
They're so far behind though, 23k gold behind. They need both. The Asos out onto the Templar, but she's got the Aegis. Even if they do want to unleash onto her, she's just going to come straight back to life. And now they get Lasso. They've got two. They've got the DP and the Omni, but it is purged off somehow. And now the Omni Scepter coming through on the backlines. Nobody's actually falling yet. Fair to get himself away. And also for Boogie, going to keep himself and the Sven alive. So BKB Sven just trying to find a hero, but can't really find anybody to attack right now. And now he's disarmed. He can't get any of this damage off. He's got God's Strength, but he can't hit a single hero. The BKB is wasted. And NIP just... They're not even fighting them. They're just baiting them out. They're just playing around them. They don't even need to get the kills.
Yeah, and this was another case of Heavenly Grace being used on someone else, then just not being as strong as we like to be. So even if the BKB there, not doing enough damage, they're gonna go for more.
Sven looks for a high five, gets it from Boogies. He's trying to get 33 to high five him.
He's evading, dude. He wants to get that stun. Okay, no high five.
No high five. That's a field bad. Now the bar strike comes forward onto Faye.
Aegis expires.
And the NIP heroes are actually high-fiving each other rather than high-fiving them. And now again, they get the double lasso, the DP and the Omni Knight caught out twice in a row. Andre's going to fall down. Boogie can only watch, unable to save his friends because he is in fact lassoed himself. This Aghanims was an amazing pickup from Saxter, and he is making so much use out of it. The top racks have fallen. Again, just one hero killed, and they just keep on going.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there's much left for them right now. Wind and Rain still holding on by the very fingertips, but it's rough.
I really like the idea of their draft, but the Batrider really putting a wrench on it, and I think that what ended up biting them in the ass here is that they're having to react to the initiation of the Batrider. I think that if they were like, okay, we will fight, and Heavenly Grace is going to be used on the Sven, and he has a blink, he can just jump, kill anyone. Yeah, they might have Lasso, but he has so much status resistance that it almost doesn't matter. Yeah. Instead, when they have to react, the Heavenly Grace is used on like a hero that doesn't really want to have it, like DP, and the fight doesn't go that well. I mean, obviously they are 32,000 gold behind, so it's not like it's one detail really is the reason they are losing, but still, it would help.
Now, casual Iascadi coming out from the Monkey King, no biggie. TA, she's grabbed herself a Nullifier and crits. Oh, very, very rich on the side of NIP. They've taken buildings, and now they want to go for the finishing blow.
Alright, at least you cannot dispel Heavenly Grace, so still going to be up, the Nullifier. And they're gonna smoke.
Strike onto the Sven here. Just 33, but the rest of NIP are slowly coming in. They need to get this kill quickly if they want to get it. Wind and Rain, but they're trying to wait for the Lotus Orb to finish off. He actually purges off the dust, so they can't even see him. And now Sven, he's cut off from his team. He pops the ultimate, but he's getting beaten down. He needs help, and he needs it now. Cube coming forward. BKB popped. He will able to survive this one. Lesage is actually going to survive from this one as well, but down goes Cube. Down goes Lesage. They're beating with more than enough damage, and the GG is called. They cannot take this fight. They cannot take this game. They will part on, and that's it. And where was the TP? Did she TP out?
I don't know, actually.
She just didn't seem to be in that fight from the beginning. Oh well. That's going to be the game over. NIP take a very clean 2-0 series over Wind and Rain. Not much to be said other than just playing the lanes, playing the map, playing the heroes, playing everything. Just a little bit of a step beyond Wind and Rain.
Yeah, I agree. You know, that first blood, for instance, you know, you have your Monkey King just switching lanes and he casually gets first blood. That doesn't happen unless you're the better team. I don't know.
That was pretty crazy situation.
So we officially can declare that Wind and Rain are not qualified, right? NIP is still in the race for it.
Wind and Rain are out of the qualifiers, correct? Yeah, even if I can go 0-2. Against NIP, they still qualify because they beat Wind and Rain, and there's only 3 teams per group, so yeah.
Okay.
NIP qualified for the playoffs. Aachen qualified for the playoffs. Wind and Rain gone, and now it's going to be NIP playing against Aachen for that all-important seeding to find out who's going to get the top seed and who's going to get the bottom seed. And that is really important considering it's a, I believe, is it a double elimination or a single elimination bracket?
I think all of the matches were BO3 from CIS, so I think they're all BO3. It's really just who you're playing.
It's double elimination.
Oh, it's double. Okay.
Yeah, because 2 teams are qualifying. Okay, all right. Okay then, well, that's going to put an end to this series. Next series up is going to be NIP versus Aachen City Esports to find out who's going to be making it through to the qualifiers, or to the minor. Playoffs coming up tomorrow, so the last seeding game is coming up soon. My name is Nomad. He's been Bowie. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and we'll see you very soon for the final series.